Hi guys, it's Paul here again, and welcome back as usual to my hypnosis YouTube channel. And today I'm just going to talk about neuro-linguistic programming, so NLP. And it's a bit of a buzzword, you've probably heard it before, and it ties in with the hypnosis principles there. And I use it personally when it comes to self-hypnosis and when I'm sort of analysing my gymnasts or my students and just trying to find out how to get the best out of them psychologically. So yeah, look, without further ado, I'll let you know more about it. So NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, basically means neuro, which is your mind, linguistic, which is obviously the words that are associated with your mind, and programming, how those words are programmed into your mind to give you the reactions that you have. And so the idea of NLP is that you'll have a professional therapist sit down with you and they'll just chat with you normally. Essentially kind of what we do with a conversational hypnosis. You sit down, you chat with someone, you put them in a bit of a comfort zone, you let them open up and talk about their passions and talk about things in their life, and basically what we're doing is when we do that is we're trying to get them into trance, but we're trying to analyze how we can put suggestions in and how we can sort of break down the walls in their mind. So NLP is the same deal, and basically a therapist will analyze when you talk about a certain subject, whether it's positive or negative, usually negative in your life, what words you keep associating with that subject, and what your body language is, and what your reaction, your physical reactions are as well. And by analysing these things, they can start to understand which words you use or which words and phrases you've ingrained into your subconscious to connect a negative to this, which makes it a bad thing in your life, which keeps pulling you down, which keeps stopping you from getting successful or whatever it might be. Now, generally, when it comes to self-hypnosis, you don't really know that you're using these words or phrases. We don't really know these things. It's usually other people that go, "You always say that about that." And you go, "No, I don't." But you kind of do. And it's about understanding what words we've been using with these certain situations, and trying to, I guess, reprogram our mind into using a different word to explain that situation, different word or phrase, give it more of a positive meaning, change the perspective, and slowly bring ourselves out of that negative place. So I'll give you my example and how I've used this NLP technique along with the self-hypnosis to sort of get over my problems, and it was with injuries. So I spoke about it with my my last video about how to hypnotize yourself into a trance, where it was before a major competition. It was Australian Championships, and I injured myself pretty bad. It wasn't pretty. And usually, whenever I got injured, I'd use words and phrases like, "This sucks. Can't believe this. I hate this. It's depressing. I can't do my skills. I can't do my full routines." And basically everything would suffer, not just because I had my injury, but because my frame of mind was just not right. And the coach's reaction is always, when you're injured, your coach and your family's reaction is always, "Take it easy. You shouldn't train. You should just sit down," whatever it might be. But look, I was never going to win a competition with that attitude, and luckily, my coach, who was a bit of a hard ass at the time, and most people don't think he's the nicest guy in the world, but look, he's honest, and he just said, "Why do you keep saying those words about it? You've got to. You'll never be successful." So I used that, and basically I understood that I had to get rid of these words. I had to replace them with something else. I had to change my perception on an injury. And so what I did was I started using a different word, and every time I thought about my injury, every time it hurt a little bit, anything like that, I created my reaction to P. Without pain there is no success. And this just worked for me. It got me in a positive mode. It started to become second nature, and I still say it to this day. When I get injured, or if one of my students get injured, or whatever it might be, one of my gymnasts, they go, oh, it hurts. I go, you need pain to get success. And it just goes to show that using these techniques, you get results. I did have to do a lot of self-hypnosis though. I spent a lot of time every day. It was seriously morning and night. I had about 2.5 months before competition. Every morning and night I would just sit in my room, I'd lock my door, I'd go into trance, and I'd just keep implanting this phrase in my mind in connection with the injury. And what can I say? I walked away with a gold medal from that competition. So yeah, that's just the video there. That's neuro-linguistic programming. That's the essential technique behind it, and most people will go and get a professional therapist to help them out, and they sit down and they have sessions. But look, with the knowledge that you have about self-hypnosis, there's no reason that you can't do it yourself. You just need to be aware that you're using these words and phrases. So, the best way to, whatever your issue is, best way to just talk to a loved one and ask them, do I really say this every time? And if they say, no, not really, can you please honestly tell me, And they'll be honest with you if they love you. And if they tell you that you keep using these words, well, write it down, find a different positive phrase or power word for yourself, and go through the self-hypnosis technique. Anyway, as always, the information about this is right here on the link under the video. Definitely go and read it. Do a bit of self-analysis. It can't hurt. And I'll see you later. Cheers.